compared to the last video on the turbo trainer, you'll notice that the chest freezer, you probably can't see past me, I've managed to get the chest freezer right down the garage, and I've emptied it. Well, all its contents are in front of it, and that is going to be collected for disposal tomorrow morning, and that will give me much more space in the garage and options for improving storage elsewhere. I'll be less squeezed into this little handkerchief parcel of garage floor for my turbo trainer, with the wheel of my Holdsworth right at my head here, not hands width away. My Condor is actually in the wash house behind the camera, so angled so you can get past it out the back door. That ticking is my cadence sensor on my crank arm. I had to find a magnet from somewhere and tape it home. It's not the magnet that came with the sensor. What I've got on the laptop in front of me, I've found videos on YouTube. It's, I think, better than that CD on the old MacBook. It's just nice countryside, no sweaty cyclists. Some fun conversations that come up on the groups that I follow on Facebook. So, there's one debate is about who can call themselves a cyclist. And you wouldn't believe how heated that got. But, well, I mean, somebody had left the group. They were rather elitist. I'm a better cyclist than you, etc., etc. I don't know. I hadn't joined at that point, but it was noted. And we're talking about who could call themselves a cyclist, and I think a point that I agree with is that not everybody who rides a bike is a cyclist. You know, I suppose that I have to extend that point to say that not everybody who drives a car is a motorist, but to say you're an ist of anything, you've got to comply with the theory or enjoy that pursuit, like a communist complies with the theory of communism. I suppose there'd have to be cyclism as well then. But anyway, there was somebody who was taking the offence on, let's say, saying that you have to ride a bike and you've got to like riding a bike, and somebody was throwing a spanner in the works about static bikes. I mean, let's examine what the word bicycle means. You got bi means two, cycle, thing that goes round, wheels, two wheels. And to be a cyclist, I suppose you've got to have any number of wheels. So, unicyclist, not very good for transport, but hey, I'm not going to knock anybody who can make it work for them. Tricyclist, might need that stability. But when it comes to Peloton and the static bikes, if that's all you do, I'm saying no, sorry, you're not a cyclist. If that's all you do, I said only only. If you let's take, for instance, the possibility that some fitness fanatic living in the city has never ever ridden a bike, and yet they get on with Peloton, get into Peloton, and they think, are they a cyclist? I say no. What happens if that person gets on a real bike on the road and sets off like they're on their Peloton bike? I'd say that they'd probably be dead in 30 seconds. Why? Because they've never experienced the inertial, rotary inertia that holds them upright. And if they make it down a straight road, by some miracle, first time they come to a corner, they'll go straight on and crash. A Peloton doesn't give you the same experience as a bicycle. You don't have to deal with traffic, you don't have to deal with weather, and you don't have the same experience of riding a true bike. So that's my thoughts on that one. Fight me in the comments. Because I was only saying those. I was saying nothing wrong with Peloton, so long as, you know, as it's an aid to fitness, which is an aid to your cycling. But you know, the people who are taking offence at that, who weren't only Peloton riders, but you know, I really hate it. Hate where people take offence on behalf of others when they don't, you know, when they don't qualify. See, the others being solely Peloton riders, and other static bikes exist. So they might agree with the sentiment. No, I'm not a cyclist. I only ride a static bike. But hey, they weren't there. But all these people who say used Peloton as an addition were thinking I was saying that they weren't cyclists, and I wasn't saying that at all. 1, 2. Oh, good. There's the mic. Trying to get stuff. Plug. Oh no, you've just granny knotted your bloody cord. Oh, have I forgotten bloody drink again? And the camera.